The bard came late where the road bent wrong. Black harp low with a half-born song. No rain on his cloak, no star overhead, only a hush. Where the fire burned red, he bowed to the soul by the candle's bloom. Name me the song your heart wants in gloom. The voice said low with the night on its tongue. Sing of the god that the reapers become. The harp rang gold, then answered in green. The rafters bent close to hear what it means. There are gentler roads, said the bard to the flame. The strings replied with the hidden name. Reaper was crossing before he was known. Road without kingdom and gate without throne. Not blade, not grave, not hunger, not cost, but passage for all that was broken and lost. He built with his hands and asked for no crown. Raised roof, beam, and wall while the cold beat down. Love was the labor the vow. Lost, called him fool for believing it now. Lost was a child in the dark of his breast, born where the old god had never found rest. Small as a coal in the ash of the guide, watching the crossing be wounded inside. Reaper saw doorways where ruin had lain. Lost saw the world as a field before flame. Reaper said maybe, lost answered no more. Reaper saw road lost was endless war. One loved the mercy the other could bear. One loved the line that the other could swear. Each loved the realm he could never receive, and each called it poison when asked to believe. Once there was tombs like a star under rain. One quiet name in the road god's chain. Reaper held warmth from the sound of a room. Even as leaving remembered tombs, but lost saw no altar, no heaven, no vow, no crown to be spared, and no star to allow. Had tombs been the road where the danger came through, lost would have darkened her halls too. Then green became black in the bard's low gaze, and gold hid deep like a lamp under haze. The harp cried sharp as if calling a lie. The drums below answered, let it all die. At last, when every house had failed, blood house barred and maid house wailed. Ray's house roared with its old war cries. No roof stood true beneath the skies. Reaper searched ash for a road still clear. Some narrow crossing through hunger and fear. Lost rose up from the old god's rough, and the hall shook once with the word enough. War took the wheel, for war new command. Crossing new passage, not conquering land. Reaper could weather, Reaper could mourn. Lost had made kingdoms of all that was torn. So lost drove hard through the vessel's night. Black over green with no thought of light. What stood in his path became kindling and dust. For war has no mercy when breath is its trust. Reaper recoiled from the ruin he saw. Survival made throne and survival made law. No road remains where all roads are slain. No life is saved when only fear reigns. Lost aim stood low from the smoke and the scar. No road is worth what the soft places are. Thy crossings have carried us back into pain. Let fire decide what thy mercy made plain. Thus God answered God in the chamber unseen. Hazel to black and gold under green. The mortal face stayed as winter stays still, while heaven split under the skin of the hill. No witness saw where the old war was cast. No minstrel heard what the vessel held fast. Yet the bard sang close to the wound and the cost, as one who had crossed what the crossing had lost. Reaper broke through not by sword, not by flame, but by being the road that outlived its name. War could burn gates, could blacken the ground. Still somewhere between them a passage was found. Lost did not fall as a foe to be chained. Reaper did not return as he reigned. Boats were unmade in the dark they had crossed. One into silence, one into lost. Then rose a god of the riven way. Night in his keeping and dawn held at bay. Harp for the judgment, drums for the cost. Born from the crossing, born from the lost. Not just gentle, not cruel, not pardon, not wrath, but Lord of the split and the single path. He could hold blessing and ban in one hand, shelter the flame and command the brand he loved. Like a hearth in the depth of the storm, hated like oaths that were anciently sworn. Not one same purpose, not one same law, one warm the cold, one answered the flaw. The soul by the candle whispered who knew the names of the war that no witness went through. The bard touched the harp, the old room grew dim. Hazel, gold, green, black answered in him. The fire bent low, the night leaned long. No tongue in the tavern corrected the song. The bard drew his hood where the road light was gone, and lost among walks softly on.